watching WUFT TV News.
After helping two convicted killers escape an upstate New York prison, a former employee at the facility has agreed to a plea bargain. Removed from her shackles briefly, Joyce Mitchell wiped away tears as she signed off a deal calling for a 7-year sentence and $6,000 fine. The prison seamstress admitted to smuggling hacksaw blades, screwdrivers, and other tools to help inmates David Sweat and Richard Matt.
She got in over her head into something that she never should have started, but she did, and she's paying the price now, but she realizes that she made a horrible mistake.
Formal sentencing is set for September. If a judge approves, the deal will spare her any charges over her relationships. She won't be charged with having sexual contact with inmates or for their plot to kill her husband. It seems like it's been a war of the words recently with all the presidential candidates.
And thankfully it's Tuesday, so we're joined by Kirsty Crawford to tell us what's going on in politics. Kirsty?
Well, now it's the Iran deal that's been making candidates basically question their ways and words. There were fireworks on Capitol Hill today over the controversial Iran nuclear deal. In his first House hearing since the agreement was struck, Secretary of State John Kerry insisted it's not based on trust. But many Republicans seem not to trust him. Steve Handelsman is on Capitol Hill and has the latest.
Iran will not be able to make a nuclear weapon.
That's John Kerry's main argument, but many lawmakers aren't buying.
Do you think that there's a significant risk that Iran will cheat on the agreement?
I don't think they're able to develop a nuclear weapon secretly.
Critics complain Kerry should have blocked Iran from building better missiles and bankrolling terrorist groups like Hamas.
The sanctions have crippled Iran. If we ratchet them up and get our allies to ratchet those sanctions up, you can bring Iran to its knees.
But Kerry fired back.
It doesn't stop their terror. This agreement's going to give them some money. This agreement's going to do this. What this agreement is supposed to do is stop them from having a nuclear weapon.
I'm not going to let politics, I'm not going to let pressure, I'm not going to let party determine my vote.
It's going to be a multi-week emotional debate. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Capitol Hill.
Senator Marco Rubio of Florida, who's featured in many TV ads against the deal, said today there's no doubt in the majority in Congress will vote no. He said the question is whether enough Democrats will join Republicans to override a veto. Marco Rubio decided not to run for both re-election and for president at the same time, and that left a wide open U.S. Senate race in Florida. Mason Dixon says its polls have yet to find a favorite in either primary. In the latest poll, Congressman David Jolly holds a slight lead over Lieutenant Governor Carlos Lopez Cantera and Congressman Ron DeSantis. But you'll notice that more than half of the Republicans polled said they were still undecided. Registered Democrats are basically split 3 ways. 1 in 3 for Congressman Alan Grayson, 1 in 3 for Congressman Patrick Murphy, roughly 1 in 3 still undecided. While campaigning in New Hampshire, Hillary Clinton finally heard a question she'd never been asked before. A young boy asked the question.
What do you think is the most important part of life, like out of all the things in life, such as healthcare, education, and all that stuff? What do you think is the most important?
What a great question. I think we have either a future philosopher or a theologian. Actually, I think the most important thing in life is love.
She also said it may be the hardest thing in life. So I think it's amazing that little boy came up with that question.
Yeah, and it's nice to see a soft side of Hillary Clinton, but it would be interesting to see how she would have replied if an adult had asked her that question.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out when we get closer to the debates. Thanks, Kirsty.
Thank you.
Well, we have seen a couple showers these past couple days, but nothing too bad, not that many thunderstorms.
UF forecaster Rebecca Copeland joins us now. Rebecca?
We've had low coverage of showers and not as many thunderstorms due to some drier air in the atmosphere, but today was similar to yesterday with low coverage to the rainfall. That radar image, though, could be different over the next 24 hours. I'll track tomorrow's rain after the break.